Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this review, we're going to take a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Hong Kong Skydive from The Dark Knight. So we actually have both versions of this figure. The one on the right is the standard release of this figure with the Christian Bale head. The one on the left is the Platinum Chase, which is basically the Dark Knight Batman with a wired cape. So let's kind of just talk about this whole release strategy in the first place. I don't really know why this needed to be a Platinum Chase. It's frustrating because you have to hunt it down. Someone was able to get it for me, and I'm very grateful. But yeah, it wasn't easy to get, really. And, you know, to me, both of these figures are like required reading. These are required figures that I think most collectors would purchase. So very odd to make this one a variant, especially with the wired cape and the open hands. This is perfect for riding the Bat Pod, which came with Catwoman. So again, very, very odd release strategy. Like, I totally understand Platinum Edition figures give something for those collectors to chase after, but the selection is still a mystery to me because, again, figures like this I feel like should be standard release figures, easy to get figures because everyone wants them. Like, a cool variant would maybe be like a battle damaged version of this, or I don't know, even a Jokerized version of this, something totally different that isn't really necessary for your collection. But you need both of these in my opinion. I know this one's been released a couple of times now. First in the Dark Knight Wave, then in the Ultimate Collection. 6-pack also had a cloth cape version, but this one with the wired cape and open hands, this is so perfect for the Bat Pod. I feel like, you know, most people would have just bought him. Anyways, enough of my ranting. Let's just go ahead and talk about the figures themselves. So first of all, from a concept perspective, this Batman, I'm trying to get this guy to stand. I should have had the stand handy, but I didn't. Let's put him in the back for a sec. So let's talk about this one for a sec. So this is literally from my favorite scene in The Dark Knight. The scene where he is on top of the tower in Hong Kong, and he's literally posed like this, and he uses the sticky bomb, or actually right before he puts his helmet back on, and then shoots out the sticky bomb, and then dives off the building in Hong Kong to get... what's the guy's name? I forget the guy's name. But you know who I'm talking about. The guy hiding out in China. That is my favorite scene from The Dark Knight. It's just so well done. It's so realistic. I mean, Christian Bale literally standing on top of that building. I mean, he doesn't obviously jump off, but like the whole way it's shot, the whole vibe of it is Batman gliding through buildings, using his tools and getting a guy, and then, you know, using the sky hook to get carried out of there. I just love that scene. So I had to get this figure because, man, I just, again, love that scene. Talking about the figure itself, the Christian Bale head sculpt. It's there. It is there. I can't say it's a perfect head sculpt, but like, right here, it looks like Christian Bale to me. I think they got it. You know, again, it's not perfect, but from some angles, it's better than from other angles, you could say. Let me bring the light a little bit over here. There you go. That's better. And I think it's a good head sculpt. Again, it's not perfect, but I think it captures Christian Bale. I look at this and I immediately think of Christian Bale, and I think about that scene. He also comes with this backpack, of course, which is with his wings, I guess, or his cape that detaches. So there's that. Again, just to add to the, you know, the details there. Then he comes with the sticky gun. Man, I wish they would develop a plastic that doesn't bow so much, that doesn't start to get so, you know, I don't know, disfigured over not very little time, amount of time there. But, you know, it's still a very accurate sticky gun. I think it might be bigger than the one in the movie, but, you know, it's fine. I think it looks good and for recreating that scene. Then as for the figure itself, you know, this figure's been released a couple of times, but it's a great suit, and I think McFarlane did a great job sculpting it. You have all the detail work there, like from the movie, all the different plates of armor is there. I love the gold belt. That looks awesome. Again, the Christian Bale head sculpt I think is pretty good. Looks like Christian Bale to me. And yeah, I dig this figure. So totally fine having another version of this figure like this because it is being displayed. Again, it's my favorite scene from the movie. So, you know, obviously this was definitely a purchase for me. But there he is. You guys have seen this figure before. I won't spend too much time on articulation, but he moves around pretty well. You have the toe articulation there. Not much of an ab crunch as always. Good range of motion with the head, which is accurate for this version of Batman at least. This version can move his head. So there you go. So yeah, I think you're buying this to pretty much have him displayed with his sticky gun. And I remember the first time I posted pictures of this, I totally had this backwards, which was embarrassing. But yeah, there's the sticky gun there. But yeah, love this figure. Love the whole concept of this figure. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Platinum Chase variant as well. All right, so here's the Platinum Chase version. Here's the trading card that it comes with. Nice little Dark Knight artwork there. It also does come with the flight stand, as you can see. So you can attach them to the flight stand. And then the figure itself. So again, this figure has been released a few times. But man, it is totally worth it for this wired cape. It's amazing how much of a difference, well, for me anyways, figures make, or these figures, you know, change with a wired cape. It's just the fun poses you can make with it. Like, especially having him on the bat pod in the wired cape as well. Just looks fantastic. And just look at all the cool poses you can make with this wired cape. Again, don't know why this had to be a Platinum Chase. I feel like most people would have double dipped and bought this guy again just because of this awesome wired cape. But yeah, you can just pose this all day long and I love it. Other than that, I don't think there's many, if any, changes from the other releases that I'm aware of. But, you know, again, just like I mentioned in the previous segment, the suit is fantastic, great detailing. I'm not going to go through the articulation here. I just went through it on the other figure. But, again, great range of motion on the head, as it should be, since, you know, this Batman can move his head. But, man, I love this suit. It's so well done, and McFarlane Toys did a great job sculpting it. And yeah, I dig this wired cape so much. Look at this. Look at all the fun poses you can make with it. I hope this is a running change for like every Batman figure to have a wired cape. I think it just is. It's just awesome to have a wired cape with these guys. But there he is. All right, let's see how he stacks up with a few other Dark Knight figures from McFarlane Toys. All right, there it is. There is Christian Bale with Bane and Catwoman. And what a glorious time, my friends. I love the movie Batman figures that McFarlane is doing. Not only these Dark Knight figures, but the Batman and Robin wave, of course, we got last year, which was still my favorite wave of the year. This wave, the Batman Forever wave that's coming out. I obviously am a huge fan of all the Batman movies, and I love that we're getting more Batman movie figures. We're going to get Lucius Fox pretty soon with the Tumbler. Man, I would love to see them do Commissioner Gordon with the Bat from the Dark Knight Rises, because I love that vehicle, and we need a Commissioner Gordon as well. But yeah, there he is with a Bane. This is I think the San Diego Comic-Con Bane with the pleather trench coat. Man, I feel like going and watching this movie now. Then there's Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. Oh, love that figure so much. But there you go. There is the variant version. Here, let me throw in the regular version for good measure as well. So we'll take him out. I'll plop Christian Bale right in here. See if I can get him to stand without his stand. There you go. There's the maskless Christian Bale there with Selena Kyle and Bane. So yeah, great assortment, great figures. Again, just dig all of these Batman movie figures. I would put him on the Bat Pod and show you how he looks on the Bat Pod, but I don't really have it handy. I don't really feel like grabbing it right now. I will do a follow-up YouTube short with him on the Bat Pod, but he looks great on the Bat Pod. It almost tempted me to buy another Bat Pod just for him to be on alongside Catwoman. But yeah, there you go. So, final verdict, I guess, on these figures. If you're a fan of the Dark Knight trilogy or the Dark Knight movie, I imagine you probably already picked this up by now. I know I'm doing this review pretty late in the game, but there you are. And is it worth hunting down the wired cape Batman. Unfortunately, it is, because I just love it and it looks great and the wired cape looks awesome. And if you don't put him on the Bat Pod, it's still a really nice figure to have. It just even displays better with that wired cape, right? So yeah, if you can find him and it's within your budget. Oh, there goes Selena Kyle. She's all right. She'll make it. I definitely recommend it just for the wired cape alone. It's a fantastic figure. But yeah, hopefully they'll kind of rethink the releases of these Platinum figures, make these more common ones, more the ones that we want, just make them easier to get. We'll just order them, So there you go. Anyways, that's about it. Sorry for my ranting on this one, but I really love both of these figures so much. So yeah, I wish they were just a little bit easier to get, especially the wired cape one. Final word on that. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, would like to see more footage of something, let me know. More than happy to post a follow-up video, a follow-up YouTube short, or whatnot. But yeah, thanks for watching and have a great day.